What's up, guys? So, I wanted to make this video where I was watching this woman. She was making a whole bunch of videos that kind of tells the story of what I'm thinking about how, because nowadays women are trying to be like coaches, uh, I don't know, just all different kinds of life coaches, right? Life coaches, dating coaches, business coaches. Essentially, women trying to give advice to other women. And to be honest, in my opinion, I think women are terrible at giving advice, period. I really do. Because a lot of times they are illogical. They repeat their same mistakes and they lack accountability and self-reflection. So, in honesty, they make the same mistakes and don't see it as mistakes. I guess you'll see what I mean, right? Well, I'm gonna go through this one lady that she's made videos throughout her I don't know social media life, and it shows the I've always said the hypocrisies, the delusions, and the insanities of women. So let's check it out.
So I've been married and divorced 3 times. And if I could say one thing about my experience, and I mean, you can take it or leave it, it's going to be this.
I gotta say this, right? Women that's collected wedding rings like they're Thanos, it's a red flag. For one, women are the ones who um, call for marriage, right? They are the ones that demand marriage. Two, they're the ones that actually also uh, call off marriages, right? As in, they are the ones who uh, ask for divorces majority of the time. So this is a thing where so you demand commitment from a man, and then you also can't sustain that commitment, or you don't. This is the thing with women, right? They pick a man that they want to marry, and then find reasons that they want to divorce. It's just this is the thing with women where they pick a man that okay they want to have kids with, and then they pick a man, and that same man they also want to leave that man, or they call that man a deadbeat, or they call that man an ain't shit kind of man. Women pick men that they demand marriages from. They see giving children to. And then that same man that they demand that stuff from and give children to, they call them ancient men, and they divorce them because they don't love them anymore. That's the hypocrisies and delusions of women. Okay? So a woman that's done it 3 times, I'm surprised that she got a third time, because the man does not. That's what I'm saying. Like, it shows you that she's getting with stupid men. Okay, men that don't see that. Okay, wow, this woman couldn't even make it work 2 times. Okay, and I'm gonna be her third, thinking that I'm gonna make it work. This is sometimes men don't understand that. Okay, what's the difference between me and these other men? They never think about, okay, why couldn't she make it work with the other men, but she's going to make it work with me? Come on, where's the logic in that? So really, women like this, they really don't qualify to talk about a whole lot.
Make sure that whoever you are dealing with, okay, whether it's, somebody you're dating, long term, short term, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or whatever, make sure that wherever they are at that moment, and by that moment, I mean, if they don't lose any weight, if they don't get a better job, if they don't fix, the childhood trauma, if they got a cat and you don't like cats, wherever they are at that moment, if you cannot deal with that, if you're thinking about, oh, well, if they change this and they change that, and, over time, then we'll grow to be, if they don't change a thing, is that somebody that you want to commit yourself to. See, what a lot of us, women especially, what we do is we connect ourselves to the potential that we feel a person has. And that potential doesn't always pan out. Sometimes we see something in somebody else that they don't necessarily get to realize or that they even see in themselves. But you gotta understand that you have to love people where they are. And if they're showing a bunch of red flags and a bunch of deal breakers now, you have to know that if you commit yourself to that person, you could potentially be dealing with that for the rest of your life if you're talking about marriage or long-term relationships. So ignore the potential. Just throw that shit away. Go ahead and take a look at where that person is right now. If that's somebody that you can see yourself with long-term until you leave this planet, then you commit to that person. But do not commit to somebody's potential, because that's not something that exists. It doesn't exist.
She's impossible to satisfy. She lives in her fantasy.
How do people have so many relationships in their roster? I can barely find a guy I've...
There's more to the video, but I essentially wanted to, show off the first part, that lady, okay? The craziness and delusion of her. But she did say, things she said made sense, but let's say this, right? The problem with that is that she's a woman that I doubt listens to her own advice. This is the thing. I've said this, right? I'm not saying women are stupid. I'm not. Okay? Women are actually smart. Sometimes, but the problem is that being smart, they ignore. This is the thing where I've heard a lot of women talk about, right? Where they choose to ignore red flags. They choose to ignore things, right? They choose to, I don't know, turn a blind eye to things, even though they're so smart. But they do things that just are so stupid. So this is the thing where here although she says there are logical things in that video, she's not a woman that lives in that logic. Because I can tell you this, she's a woman that is older. Like she said, divorced 3 times. She's a baby mom, multiple kids. So really, does she have a life that lives within that what she said, the logic she said? No, not really. Here, let's do. Here's some more of her video.
As an unmarried mother of 3 living in the city of Atlanta, let's go over exactly how much it costs to live. Number 1, you have rent. That's approximately $2,800 a month. Then you have your utilities, which includes gas, light, water, and internet. All that totals to about $600 a month. Hi, I'm the original creator of that video. And I think a lot of you guys are missing the point. And the main reason that you're missing the point is because you hate single moms.
This is the thing, right? This is, like I said, here's a woman that she doesn't really live in logic. Hating single moms? No. People don't hate single moms. People see that it's sometimes you perpetuating something that isn't ideal. It's not a good thing. It's not about you hating it. It's about you wanting to change. Let's not glorify. See the thing where let's not glorify, single motherhood. It's not something to glorify. It's not something to prop up. It's not something to cheer. It's not, and you shouldn't. But women like this, because they're living that life, right? As a single mom, a woman that's been divorced 3 times, couldn't make a relationship work, couldn't make a family work, and now is just a single mom. it's not something to glorify. It's not something to, prop up and cheer. It's not, it's really not. You should condemn that. Okay, it's not hate. It's just something that you shouldn't, be proud of. You shouldn't be proud of make a family succeed. You shouldn't be proud that you couldn't make a marriage succeed. That's what you're pretty much saying, right? But yet you're also pretty much saying that I'm having kids with men that I don't see a future with. It's not something you want to prop up.
And not just single moms, single black moms. Single black.
And why? Because it seems like prominently single black moms, they don't learn that lesson. They seems like they don't get wiser, right? With age and experience. They don't. It doesn't seem like they get more. They don't get the wisdom from age and experience. You don't. Because shit like this, you're just repeating that cycle over and over again. And then you are reiterating, you're voicing, right, that these bad advices to the next generation.
Moms who are not struggling. And there are a lot of us. I am not anything special. There are a lot of single moms out here who are unmarried and doing their thing, taking care of their kids and living a great life, which was the actual point of this video. When Tyler Perry said that we as women should settle for men who can only pay the light bill, there was a ton of backlash, and rightfully so. Because if there are women out here with children who are doing the damn thing, who are keeping up with their bills, who have great credit, who are making investments, who are traveling around the world with their kids, who are providing the best life possible for them, and also 1, 2, 3, multiple children, why, as a man at your big age, can you not afford to pay anything but the light bill?
Do you not hear, right, the lack of self-reflection in that? When she says having multiple kids, who do you have kids by? It's not self-duplication. This is the thing. This is the thing that women, and I'm sorry, especially black women, are not getting. You are literally choosing men. Okay, you're having children with men that you can't even sustain a relationship with. And now she's talking about a light bill. So, let's say this. So, none of the men that you chose to give a child to couldn't pay couldn't pay more than just a light bill. I mean, you chose them as the father to your kids. And this is a divorcee. This one is a multiple divorcee. Okay? And unlike at least a lot of black women, they're not that. It's not like they're heavy on the divorcees. They don't even get married. Okay? But they still chose men to give kids to. So really, all these supposedly smart investments, career choices, all traveling, all these things. But you couldn't use your brain to choose the right man to give kids with. This is the issue, right? This is the issue that I have. Why have kids anyway then? This is the thing. Sometimes women, I had a video where women just say, I just want to have kids. I don't need a husband or nothing. I mean, sometimes it's just, you don't see the damages, because I think that doing it like that is madly selfish, because you don't see the psychological damage that you are instilling into your children. Because a lot of children without both parents, they will have some form of a psychological hindrance or pain or problem. But women don't care. Women don't really care. Okay? Because it's fine to continue to have kids with men that you don't see a future with. And you think that that's going to build great kids in the future. It's insane.
So the point of the video was not to find a man that could pay my expenses, because guess what? I'm paying my expenses.
If you were paying your expenses, then really, a man just paying one light bill shouldn't be no problem. This is the hypocrisy of her, right? Yes, if you're not caring about finding a man that even pay any of your expenses, right? Then why complain that he would just pay one of your expenses? This is the thing where women, and she's trying to do like the whole, career coach for women, which is ridiculous. But this is like, you don't even see your hypocrisies in the things you're talking about. This is what I hate with like a lot of things that women talk about, and they're just perpetuating that delusion into the next generation, into fellow women. Okay, if you don't care if a man pays any of your expenses, then you shouldn't even complain if he pays one or none. So really, this is what she didn't get, right? About a man, Tyler Perry saying that just letting a man, it's not settling, right? Because I think that's ridiculous. But letting a man into your life, building a family, building a community with a man. Okay? If he just pays one light bill, you should be just happy that he does. But because you don't need him to pay any. So really, him contributing at all in your life should be at least either a small weight off your shoulder or any amount of weight off your shoulder should be a blessing. Because he doesn't need to. Because like she said, she doesn't need that. So really, what's her complaint? If she doesn't need that, then what?
The point of the video is, why is the bar so low, especially in our community when it comes to our men, that we would have to accept somebody that is grown in their 30s, 40s, sometimes 50s and 60s, and they can't afford anything but the light bill.
But then, okay, you don't have to accept that. But what type of men are you having kids with? This is the amazingness of it, right? It's true. You don't have to accept that. But the bar is stupid, because if you think that the bar is low for that, yet are you having kids with the men that... Are you having kids with the men that exceeded this low bar of yours? Or are you having men that are at the low bar? Right? This is the delusion of women. Okay? Are these men that you choose to have kids with, right? 3 kids, are these men exceeding that bar of yours? If they're not, why even have kids with these? And if they are, why are you even with them? This is the hole that women put themselves in. Okay? You talk about this low bar, this crazy low bar you talking about. You're not even a woman that stands on your principles. Because women don't. Women don't stand on their principles. Right? This supposedly low bar of yours. You have 3 kids. The fathers of your 3 kids, did they exceed this low bar of yours? Or did they even touch this low bar? Because either side, right, does not make you seem good. Makes you seem very stupid. Okay?
That's homeless, sir. And contrary to popular belief, single moms are not shelters for homeless men. Single black moms are not shelters for homeless men. And that's why there are so many men and male-centered women who are just triggered in the comments of that video. Because in order for them to survive, they have to make women like me feel some type of way, so that we lower our standard to accept the bar that is on the ground for grown adults. If a woman with children who has to work with their schedule, has to find childcare, has to maintain a home on their own, has less hours to work than a grown single man. If that woman with multiple children can take care of herself, and not only take care of herself, but live a life that is soft and luxurious, what is wrong with him that he can't at least provide that type of lifestyle for himself?
This is the thing with women, right? I I honestly feel it, right? A lot of women have become the men that they want. So essentially, they've turned into men that now they are just not women, like women to date, right? They are not attractive for long-term commitment, right? They're not. And they're definitely not attractive to the men that they want, okay? The men that, let's say her is, right? The homeless men. Well, that's pretty much what you qualify for. She don't see it, but really, that's who you qualify for, right? That's who's attracted to you. That's who wants to be with you. You know, that's who would want to marry you, want to be your, I don't know, boyfriend. It's just how it is. Because really, you become so unattractive. Those are only the type of men that's in your circle. That's just it, right? And maybe other type of men would, I mean, like they would definitely want to hit it. But again, you've now essentially become a fun night. That's it. That is your status. Because really, there's nothing special about you. Really? You talk like you're a man anyway, right? You want to be luxurious. You know, you talk like you're an adult. Like your accomplishment means anything. Right? It's great. You could take care of the kids you chose to make. Awesome. Good for you. You can pay all your bills. Okay, good. You should. Okay? You have your own home. Great. Awesome for you. But none of that is attractive to any man. Might be attractive to the broke men that you are so, enamored by, talking so much about. But like I said, those are probably the only men you attract. Here's more of her ramblings. This is the last one, right?
Make it make sense. I show up. I got a housekeeper. I have a laundry service. I have a nanny. My property is taken care of. I got landscapers. I can get my hair done every few weeks. I'm getting my nails done every 2 weeks. Like, I'm going to the spa. I'm getting massages. And all on my own dime, okay? I pay for this. And then you, a whole man, show up and immediately try to strip me of all that. Talking about that's too expensive. You should save money. Who said I wanted to be cheap, sir? Said I wanted to be affordable. You can't afford a high maintenance girly, go find you a discount, okay? But don't show up in my shit trying to humble.
I can see why she's been divorced 3 times. I can see that. I don't know if you guys could, but I definitely could. Right? I'm not surprised she couldn't make a relationship work with a man. I believe this woman is in her 40s. I believe. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, I know she's definitely past her late 30s. Okay? Either in it or past it. So I'm not surprised. Okay? And this is the thing, right? This is indicative with black women. Awesome, right? Awesome that she could afford all the things she said. Amazing. Okay. But so what? It means nothing. It really means nothing. But this is the thing where I said it. This is where these type of women will stay single and die alone. Great, you have a housekeeper and a nanny and all that shit. Awesome. Right? sad that you couldn't make it work with any of the men you dealt with. Sad you couldn't make it work with any of the men you gave children to, but hey, whatever. I mean, you're a strong, independent woman, right? You don't need no man. So stay single and just die alone. This is the thing. Women make it hard. Women literally make it hard. Women literally steer men away from them. Okay? They make it a choice to do it by how they are, their attitude, their personality. They're just, because look at it. Men are very simple, right? Attract to your looks, and if you're loyal to them, if you love them, right? A lot of little things. But when you just counter it, it's just, when you just not want to do that, then great. But don't fool no one, right? Don't complain that, oh, there's no good men out there. Don't complain that I can't find nobody. Don't complain that shit, because it's, I've said it before, dating for women is easy. It is easy, okay? It's only because you choose it not to be easy, okay? Because you, again, like she said, the bar, right? Her bar is probably very high, her high maintenance self, right? So it's your choice to do that, no one else's. So this is the thing where women don't understand. You did it to yourself. No one has forced you, okay? No one stopped you finding a good man. You stopped yourself.
Me and telling me what I should spend my money on, okay? It's giving pimp, okay? Because what purpose do you have to show up in my life?
It's funny, right? Her statement about my money. We all know that when men make money, their mind is to provide, is in a sense share their money, right? Men make money for their partner and their children. Women make money for themselves and possibly their children. Doesn't include a man. So that is true. That this is why I said it's when women. This is why I said when it comes to women's money, it's so meaningless to men. Absolutely meaningless to men, because you don't spend money on men, and men know that. So really, that's why your career, your status, your money means nothing to men. Because, like she said, her money, right? My money. But you don't mind. You actually demand it. You require men to spend money on you.
Where everything is already handled, and you suggest that I need to lower myself and let go of my self-care standards for you to save money off of my back. How many haircuts are you skipping, sir? Them new Jordans are coming out this week. How about you save money on that? Those expensive golf clubs and those fees to go to the range, cut that out. Worry about yourself. I mean, be fucking for real. Why would I trade my life that I'm providing for myself in for a life that you think I should deserve to have with my money?
Well, you can see that. You can sense the type of woman she is. So, that's why I wanted to show you, right? This is what I'm talking about, where women live in their delusions, their hypocrisies, which I've pointed out, right? The hypocrisies, the delusions, the insanity. Women live in that. This is at the same point, they still choose to deal with men. Stop dealing with them. Stop. Right? Deal with women. Because this is the thing with women, right? She still finds the need to, I'm saying not just her, but you still find the need, right? You have all these complaints, but you still have the need to have kids with men. These men that you complain about, right? You still find the need to have sexual relationship with men that you complain about. Because here's the thing, right? Like I said, are you, one, dealing with men that meets your bar or that passes your low bar. If they do, why can't you make these relationships work? Why? There's got to be a reason why these men that passes your low bar, right? That these men exceed the low bar that you set, okay, that you deal with. You can't even make those relationships work. Got to think about that. Second, now if you're not dealing with those men, are you dealing with the men that are below this low bar of yours? Because why are you dealing with those men then? This is the thing where, like I said, the hypocrisy of women, the delusion of women. Are you dealing with men that are below your bar? Because it doesn't make sense. Why would you even deal with those type of men? So you pick a side. Which one? Because both sides don't make sense, right? Because why can't you make it success for the men that succeed this low bar of yours? It don't make sense. Because then that must say something about you. Second, why are you dealing with the men that are under this low bar of yours? It's gotta say something. But these are the delusions of women. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Please like and subscribe. Yeah, comment if you guys could too. Thank you for the watch. Thank you for the follow if you decide to. Later, guys.